Hello and welcome to today's video. We are at MCM Comic Con London, October 2025. I was very lucky to receive a creator pass and we were going to be hitting up as much of Artist Alley as we could. So this time around I brought Ben with me, and Ben very kindly offered to be cameraman on this trip, so we're going to see a lot of this con from his point of view. Where we first entered, it was Travelling Man. Look at how amazing this stand looks. We will be back later, do not worry. But it was just amazing.
POV, you're walking through MCM.
I'm walking through an M&M.
You're walking through you are an M&M.
I am an M&M. So weird. I'm used to doing the filming and I'm not.
You've freed up a hand. I've already got no hands.
Well, and you put a lolly in your mouth, so you've lost your mouth as well.
I'm just multitasking.
I'm going to have a really quiet trip this time where Ben just... See, I can't remember what the difference is between...
It's actually fairly quiet. Get a shot of the quiet. We're in early enough. Do you want me to get a shot of the pandas?
Look at him, wasn't he so cute? He was so excited. There are a few bits where you'll hear us talking, but for the most part, the audio is a bit weird with all the background noise. So unfortunately, mostly what you're going to hear is me chatting like this. Also, I have got a bit of a post-con cold, if you can tell. My throat is dying a bit. This is the first time I managed to talk in like 3-4 days now, so I was really hoping this video would already be up by now. But hey ho, we're getting there, we're getting there. This was, I think, the first stand we hit. It was so cute. I was already like, damn, all my money's already gone. This is the first stand.
First purchase made.
Nope. Let me see your purchase.
It's my purchase.
There we go.
I spent a whole bunch. I'm gonna try and get a load of these like mystery bags from artist stands. I think that'd be fun to do at the end.
Yeah.
There is a very important thing you need to bring on trips with these. That is a fan.
We're probably just going to have to voice over all this. I mean, we might not have to, but I'm just on the assumption that none of the audio will make it in.
You're so pessimistic, Benjamin.
I had to leave that in on purpose, even though most of the audio didn't make it in. Yeah, so we are going to be mooching around a lot of Artist Alley. Ben was trying his super hardest to try and get artists' stands names in shot as well. Spreadsheet, I was so happy to see spreadsheet stickers. I'm so super excited.
Do you remember? You flipped it, so that...
Ben was trying his best. I think it was the second time he'd used this. We're still trialing out features and functions on the camera. We're not really sure what we do. We should have practiced at home, really. Yes, so for this trip, I set myself sort of 2-3 goals. The first one was to buy a lot less keychains, which I do think I managed. The second one was to buy a load of bookmarks, nice fancy bookmarks. And then I had another one, which I forgot. Oh, buy more apparel, things I can wear, so socks, t-shirts, and things that you don't tend to see around as much. Hence why I grabbed this Graha plushie, even though he's a big chunky firm boy. I did actually pick up quite a few prints as well. I was like, do I cut back on prints? But actually I still have quite a lot of print real estate.
I'm happy with any of them, but I would love the 15th anniversary one. Because then I can put it in my 50th anniversary shrine.
I don't really have much of a 50th anniversary shrine yet. I need more 50th anniversary merch. Actually, that's not true. I have a big plushie of the 15th anniversary Miku, but it's so big it doesn't fit in the Calyx cube, so that's going to have to expand at some point. Yes, and what Ben and I decided to do was, usually I feel when I go to MCM, I just sort of amble aimlessly, but this time we like properly went aisle by aisle. We started at one end of Artist Alley and we went up and down, purposefully not skipping any. And I'm really glad we did, because I feel like I did manage to hit a lot more than I usually do and find a lot more than I usually do. This was also the first time where I looked ahead of artists that were going to be there. I was searching like MCM catalogue hashtags on Instagram and TikTok, because a lot of them were posting stuff ahead of time, and I had like a tick list, and I wasn't like obsessively looking at my tick list ahead of time, but what I did end up doing was Friday evening going and seeing if there were any I missed, and then we went back for them on the Saturday. Yeah, I'm trying to show a whole bunch of stuff that we managed to see. If you see anything that you're interested in, I hope I managed to grab the artist name for you. If not, some of the stuff that I picked up, well, most of the stuff I picked up, I tried to show the artist's name in the haul video, which will be coming up after this one. I really love this stand. There was so many though, it was really overwhelming to try and choose. There were some stands as well, like Dat Cravat. I think I've hit pretty much every MCM I've been to now. So this was my 4th MCM. I've done 2 in May and 2 in October. This is my 2nd in October. I really do try and grab business cards where I can, so I'm able to like show, oh, you like this thing? This is where it's from. You can go get it for yourself from this site. The Good Smile stand, seeing Miku on the car. I was so happy to see a Miku car, and they had some Nendoroids. I got a little annoyed because I was looking at the Snow Miku Nendo that I didn't have, the 2024 one. It was a little pricey for me, so I said, nah, I'm okay. And then he was like, this is a con exclusive, you can only get it here. And I'm like, well, that's just not true, because you can get it elsewhere. And I went home and bought it for £30 less off the Good Smile Europe website, including shipping. So the same as last October, this MCM was paired with EGX, which is a gaming con, and it definitely makes the October cons a lot more busy. So this, I mean, on the Friday, we were in with priority, so we were there at 10 AM, and it was still incredibly busy in comparison to May. It is sort of making me question if I do want to keep attending the October ones, because I find them a bit overwhelming. I'm a bit shit when it comes to crowds and too many people, so I'm questioning like if I try and stick more to the May ones. And it's not that I'm not a fan of gaming, I do a lot of gaming, popping in the Lego store as well to see if there's any Lego my dad might be interested in, but I think it was all gaming. The Lego Batman, love the Lego games, I will be getting that Lego Batman, but when it comes to like these sort of early plays and stuff, I'm just not that bothered, and I can't think of a greater hell than sitting in a con and playing Jackbox with strangers. No, not for me. So then we were in the other hall, so I think Artist Alley was like a block of aisles in South Hall, and then we ambled over to North Hall, I think we're in for this one, and this is Exhibitors. I'm not fully clear on the outright difference between Artist Alley and Exhibitors, because a number of what I would consider independent artists had stands in the exhibit area. Maybe it's a size thing, if they're quite big, I don't know. I don't know. Someone might know. I'd be happy to learn and be informed. So it felt like we were kind of just doing the same again, of going up and down to try and see things, find things. In terms of things I expected to see a lot of, I expected to see a lot of K-pop Demon Hunters. I feel like I didn't see as much K-pop Demon Hunters as I thought I would, and I'm not saying there wasn't any. There was a lot. There was still a lot. But I expected there to be a lot more, especially like cosplays. I don't feel like there were as many cosplays as I expected. Obligatory stop by the cat stand to get stuff for my mother. A big regret is not getting that green Pokemon t-shirt with the grass starters or grass Pokemon. It was super cute and I loved the shade of green, so I'm very glad I got that cut. Well, I got that bit. Ben got that footage of the artist. I might go back. I really loved loads of the prints on this stand, and I kind of would have gone back for more. Then we found the Inklaw stand. They had so much, including High Republic books, which Ben was very excited for. He's been reading all the High Republic stuff. And then here's the Caketinz, which had manga for 3 for 2. Usually it's 4 for 3. 3 for 2 is a better deal, and I was really pleased to see that here. The Viz stand, which is part of Forbidden Planet. So Forbidden Planet have a stand, and they also run the Viz one. I realised I meant to pick up that Deadpool Volume 3, and I forgot. But they had a whole bunch, predominantly shonen and seinen, but they did have some shoujo. And then the Panini stand. Panini were really, 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 really lovely. I said thank you for all the care packages, and then got really excited at this new volume they had that says it's an isekai, and I have already read it too. And yes, they are reprinting Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts getting print again. And then Turnabout Publishing, which is on the other side. I'm not fully clear exactly who they are, but they had a bunch of Kodansha, and Kodansha were pointing towards them as well. I think theirs were just 20% off, whereas I think Inklaw, Panini, Viz, and Kodansha all 3 for 2. Interestingly and sadly, Yen Press was not there this time. Usually these sort of cons, the manga publisher stands don't really have staff from the publishers themselves. It's someone else manning the stand, and back in May was the first time Yen Press had sent actual staff, and that I'd actually seen staff at one of these, and now there's no one. It's such a shame. But yes, we have come back to Travelling Man, which again is also 3 for 2 on everything, which is amazing. Seeing everything be 3 for 2 was really, really nice, because it's what I would consider a really nice price point to try and aim for, 33% off RRP. If you've seen any of my previous MCM videos, you'll know that Travelling Man stands MCM usually is just massive tables with the volume sort of stood up. But this is the first time they've done bookcases, and apparently what they did was they built the bookcases back at the warehouse in Leeds, loaded them up, and then shipped them down loaded with all the books on them. I think that is amazing. That is ingenious. Bravo. And it looks absolutely stunning. These look beautiful. It was a real joy to walk around these shelves and seeing them absolutely loaded up. I was so happy to see so many people in here as well. They had a nice little light novel section which had a lot of ReZero, but ReZero is really long anyway. They had Eyes Press, Yen Press, 7 Seas. I was being a little more good in terms of picking up manga and books on this trip because books are heavy. Books are really, really heavy. And I think a mistake that I've made previously is especially at the start of my trip around MCM, is picking up too many books and then just absolutely knackering my shoulders. So back in May, I did drop them off in the cloakroom, but this time I said I'll just try and hold off a bit, and if I do pick them up, I pick them up at the end of the route round. And this is what I ended up picking up at the Travelling Man stand. Asking You Shall Receive 2 and 3, and Megami and Tsugumi 6. I actually read Asking You Shall Receive Volume 1 on the train down to London the night before, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I was quite excited to have 2 and 3 right there that I could grab. Really, I think that was part of Artbox. Artbox was really busy every time I went past, so I don't think we actually went in this time, and I usually go in and get a bunch of stationery. And as I was on my bookmark binge, I was super excited to stop by this stand and see that they had all these Final Fantasy XIV bookmarks, a whole bunch of Scions, as well as Emmett Selk and Hon. And double-sided too. I got really excited when they're double-sided. They had so much like trading card stuff as well. Winx surprised me. I didn't realise Winx was coming back. Bandai Namco. But I was avoiding bits like that where I know there's, I think, a Bandai Namco in Manchester? Was it Birmingham? Elsewhere that I could go check out at another day. The key thing I see MCM for is using it as an opportunity or way to find artists. It's so hard to find them nowadays with Etsy going down the bin. Okay, now we're in Forbidden Planet. We went back to the hotel, we dropped everything off, and then stopped by Forbidden Planet. Here we are at the new releases. Ben was too slow and got there when I'd already picked up like 5 volumes. I was quite excited because I hadn't gone manga shopping in quite a while. It's been quite a busy time recently. I've been away for work, but not like anywhere I could have gone manga shopping. Look how short I am. Random Tokyo Pop volumes recently have been really good, and I've been enjoying them a lot. I'd quite like to pick up Cat's Eye, but I'll wait till I can pick it up cheaper, because I don't think it was 3 for 2 here. I also love picking up random volume 1s of 7 Seas, because you get such a mixed bag, and they release so many so often. It's so nice to just... I have no idea what I'm going to get or expect. Look at me load. Look at me load that basket. What is that title? What is that title? At one point I did do a formula through my spreadsheet to pull out like all the different words that you find in titles in my manga collection, and then a count of how often they appear. I haven't done that in like 3 years now. I should do it again and see what weird words I have. Now ambling over. So this is the sale section. This has, like, I feel like it goes through phases. Sometimes it's 2 full bookcases, and at this point it was just 1. And whether or not stuff is like actually decently priced is so variable. So today a lot of stuff wasn't like insanely well priced for what I was interested in. Because when volumes are about $7.99, at that point it's a similar price to getting it in a 3 for 2. And I can just hold off and pick it up elsewhere. I'm looking for the stuff that I couldn't get for a really cheap price anywhere else. Unless I really, really, really want to pick it up and read. But there wasn't really anything crazy like jumping out at me this time around, unfortunately. And some of the prices are still good. I'm not saying they're not good, just nothing for me. I do like that the manga selection has gotten so big, it just keeps extending and wrapping into extra parts. If it wasn't obvious, once again Ben is still helping me record. I've no idea what that packaged bit of Ablaze manga was. It felt really random. I wonder why. The shoujo section. Though there is still shoujo outside of these shelves, which just makes it even more confusing. I'm trying to remember what I was hunting for on my spreadsheet. What do I go for? What are you gonna go grab, Caitlin? What are you gonna grab? I can't see what you grab. Oh, Taman's oh yes, I grabbed Taman's B-side volume 9 and then realised I didn't have 8. So I grabbed 8 as well. And they had new Let's Do It Already. Both Sakura Saku and Let's Do It Already, I've decided to hold off till they're complete to read them all together. I think they're both 9 volumes. Especially Sakura Saku, Iyasaka Saka series, I find I much prefer them reading them in a block. Because sometimes I just get really annoyed at the characters because it's miscommunication, and if I can read them in a block, it's less bad. I get less annoyed if I can just read it all together. New Firefly Wedding Volume 4. I think I was just checking that it was 4 that I needed. I think a number of those volumes for that series I've picked up in London, which always tickles me. How do I end up picking up predominantly a series from London? I was very, very pleased to see this. I was not expecting to see it for some reason. I thought it was like end of November, but My Hero Academia Volume 42 is the final volume of the series, and I've been holding off reading the last few volumes because I read 4 volumes of My Hero back to back, and I enjoyed it so much more because it's a big battle that's going on. So I decided to wait till I had another 4 volumes, until I had 39, 40, 41, 42, and now I have 42. I'm going to finish it. They also had the 25th anniversary edition of Nana, the regular edition, and they're showing off the plaid spine. I have pre-ordered the Vivienne Westwood exclusive from Waterstones. It is RRP and that saddens me. However, it isn't very often that we get these exclusive fancy editions over in the UK, and both Shoujo Beat and Viz have said that pre-ordering is one of the best ways you can show a publisher there is demand. So I pre-ordered to try and show there is demand for not only fancy shoujo stuff, but also outside of the US. When it comes to variant covers, I'm not like that bothered. I'm not going to collect them all. However, I like being able to have the option. I like being able to have the choice. So up front, especially with like the Attack on Titan or the Waterkoi covers, I don't believe any of the extra ones came outside of the US. Maybe some got to Canada, not sure. I just like to have the option, but I'm not going to collect them all. It was starting to get a little late and we were slightly rushing, so I was trying to just quickly make up some 3 for 2s, checking what I needed. So we headed back over to the new releases if I missed anything. I realised that My Hero was there, I'd missed it there. And here I am making my 3 for 2s. We found a stool and I claimed it as mine. This is the hardest bit because if you need to get any extra volumes, you have to either put some back or go around again and see what you missed, and I don't tend to miss stuff as much anymore. So Ben went and got me a couple of volumes of Undone Unlocked because I realised I'm 2 volumes behind. I've just fallen off reading it as much as I used to. But I'm also very confused because I've got to like volume 11, 12 and it felt like we're in a final arc, and now it's on 20 and I'm not sure if it's complete. I also have no idea how volume 4 of Glasses ended up in my basket. I don't know if I put it there, if I grabbed it accidentally. I must have done. But I am not up to date with reading it, so I'm not going to buy it as a new release just yet. Or at least in person, where I have to carry it. Thank you, Pen. Off to buy, off to pay! So we can head off and get some food. And because it was quite late and we were tired, we did just go to Exhibitors. But Ben was super excited. He doesn't look it, but he is. And also they sat us upstairs. I've never sat upstairs. I had no idea there was seating upstairs. It was a great time. Anywho, next day, Saturday, we were there for 9 AM because that's when priority started. We were dead. I had already done a whole bunch of days away for work and I'd been on my feet for those, for a lot of it. And I was just a bit knackered. So we were looking forward to heading home. But I did have a list of stands that I had missed on the Friday, so that was our goal for today. We were not going to push ourselves to try and do everything we'd missed the day before, but we were going to try and hit my shortlist. I think I had a list of about 10 stands, and we didn't end up like buying stuff from all of them. Some of them I just wanted to see the things in person and make a decision then. But we were still there a good couple hours, I think. So this is the first stand, and I do mildly regret not buying things from this stand, so I might look them up shortly. But I wasn't actually feeling too well at this point. I was feeling pretty dead, but I really wanted that Betty print from Day Everything. So I think I might go order that after this. And then we stopped by this 3D printer stand, and they had loads of like Digimon and Pokemon and Final Fantasy stuff. They had a load of fidget toys. I'm not that fussed about them. I feel like I just break them. I'm too fidgety. But what I was quite keen on was some of the K-pop Demon Hunter stuff I'd seen, and also Toothless and Pokemon. That's the Toothless I picked up from my sister. And also the cat from K-pop Demon Hunters. And then look at these cardigans, are they cute? It was such a frivolous purchase, but I might have picked one up. You'll see in the whole video that follows this. Stand had absolutely gorgeous stuff. They also have a green Yuri cardigan coming apparently towards the end of the year. It's in production, and I have like set alerts for them. And I'm so pleased to see this stand just on the way out, and they had studs, earring studs. Most of the earrings I'd seen were danglies, and I'm not that keen yet because they've gotten tangled in my hair. So I was really excited to see anime themed studs. And a massive thank you to the artist who saw how excited I was and brought out more that they had behind their table for me to look through. I was a bit saddened at this stand. Some of the things I went to go and look for, they'd run out. They were out of stock. Oh my gosh, I just saw something at that stand that I wanted to purchase and I forgot or didn't see it. I'll have to go back for that. I went back to this stand because I really wanted the postcard of Woohoo Island. This stand confused me because they had some like really randomly old BL and series that you don't really see as often, as well as some magazines. I don't know what magazines are for. I'm gonna guess they're BL magazines, but I truly do not know. Let me know in the comments if you do know. Overall, it was definitely a much more pleasant MCM because I think I picked up a lot less books. It was definitely still a lot busier than the May one. I'm going to put it down to EGX. There was a lot more kids, especially in like the retro gaming areas. I definitely am going to try and attend the May one as well, and I'll make a decision if I decide to do October again. It is nice having Ben with me, and previously he's not been able to attend the May one, but hopefully he should be able to attend the 2026 one. And this is us heading off, and we're watching all the people do the long march to go get their badges. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and look forward to the merch video. Bye!